Hi everyone, it's Ali and welcome back to the Heffy Doodle YouTube channel. Today I have an interactive wedding card for you with a bit of a little reveal wheel interaction element. I've stamped the carriage out from the Happily Ever Crafter set and I've cut out the window in that carriage, and I've also stamped out some other images from that set as well, and the horse from the hay there stamp set, which was the freebie with the pre-orders for the last release. This is the Whatcha Saying set, and they are the words that I've used to reveal in my little carriage window. So I've stamped those out, as I said, in Memento ink, and I've just placed them on the front of the card with the wheel in place just to decide where they were all going to go. And then I've cut out a wheel in some white card, and I'm just positioning that as well to make sure that everything's going to look okay and fit and so on. This is a front panel that I'm going to use on the front of the card, and I'm just starting with some twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink and one of my fairly cheap makeup brushes that I purchased just from my local Aussie Kmart, and I'm going to use some pine needles as well on that bottom part to be the grassed area. Now I'm using Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink for the sky. And I'm loving using these brushes. I also have the Tailored Expression brushes, which I really love too. This one has got a couple of large size brushes, which are really useful for doing backgrounds. Now I'm just checking that fits on the front of my card, and again where my wheel is going to be positioned and where I wanted it to go. Just marking on the side where the wheel is, and I'm just going to cut a little notch out of the side of the front of the card so that it's a little easier to turn that wheel when you've got the card there. Just keeping it in place, marking the centre, and then I'm going to use my scalpel just to start that hole off on the front of the card, and then I'm going to put a brad through the wheel and then through the front of the card to secure that on to the front, like so. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of vellum actually to create a template for the window. So I've just popped that on, and I'm just going to draw a rough guide as to where I think the words might go on the wheel. And then I'm going to pop that on the front of my card. And I just did a little bit of messing around with the size of this window that I wanted it to be. I checked it with the carriage, and I decided to mark out the heart shape as well. And finally I decided it was probably going to be easier if I just used a circle die to cut that out, just making sure that it covered pretty much the areas that I'd marked there. Remove the vellum, and now I can place that on the front of my card, and it should cover most of the wheel and where I want the sayings to go. So my little carriage is just going to go over the top like so, and so I just placed it on, and I'm going to trace inside that heart shape, turn the wheel so that I can't see the first heart, and then trace another one. I was thinking I probably would get about 4 on this, which I did. So I just went ahead and coloured in all those images. If you'd like to know colours, please just leave me a message below and I will let you know which colours I used. So I coloured those all in, and now I'm just placing them on the card to make sure again that they're all in line and where they're going to go. Then popping that over my wheel, checking that the window's in the right place, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiments on. So I just pop them in my MISTI, and I stamp each sentiment twice just to get a good image, and I just stamped them inside the little markings that I'd made on the wheel, turned it round, and then stamped the next sentiment, and so on. So that was quite easy, and it's quite easy when it's all in position like this. Just erasing the pencil lines that I made as a guide, and then I'm just going to put some 3D foam around the edges, making sure that it doesn't get in the way of the wheel. And there I was just checking to make sure all the sentiments were nice and aligned. 3D foam here to make sure the front piece is on, and yeah, just make sure nothing's in the way of the wheel turning and that it all turns okay. And then just press that on lightly. Now I'm going to use my wedding die, and also I use the Wishes word from the Whatcha Saying Now set and just trim that down as well to put a little sentiment on. Some hearts too, and then just checking out that everything works. So that's the card. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for some more videos at the end of this one that you might enjoy watching. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.